Hey guys, Matt here. This is my review of The Grey. This movie is directed by Joe Carnahan, the man who directed The A-Team and Narc, and this movie stars Liam Neeson, Dermot Mulroney, Dallas Roberts, and Frank Grillo. The plot of the movie is based on Liam Neeson's character John Otway, who works for an oil company with a bunch of other guys, and they're on this plane with an unknown destination. And the plane crashes, leaving them in the middle of nowhere. And now the men are faced with the task of surviving the elements, each other, and the deadly wolves. Now, going into this movie, I thought the movie was going to be like the movie Alive with Ethan Hawke, but also like The Edge with Anthony Hopkins. And as I was watching the movie, I had a hard time really coming up with a comparison of what this movie is like. But then I thought about it. I think it's like Unforgiven, where your character, it just really is a mean guy that only cares about himself, that really has no more will to live, but then finds a reason to better himself and finds a reason to keep on going. Because Liam Neeson's character in this movie, at the start of it, he's just depressed and miserable, and you find out why in the movie, and he's ready to kill himself. He's got a death wish, and he doesn't care about anybody else. But then as the movie progresses, you see him start to care about other people, and his transformation in this movie was just phenomenal. Now, as far as the acting goes, not only do we have the great Liam Neeson, but we also have Dermot Mulroney, who's from My Best Friend's Wedding and Young Guns. You can tell he's getting older in this movie, but his role was kind of small, but I liked him in this. And then you have Dallas Roberts from 3:10 to Yuma, and what else was he in? He was in Telltale. He plays a good job. He plays like the level-headed guy that tries to keep everyone sane and calm. And then you have Frank Grillo from the last movie he was in was The Warrior. He played Brendan's trainer. He plays this tough guy who doesn't care about anybody but himself and always tries to fight people and complain. And again, he also has transformation in this movie, and just this movie is so real and just so powerful, and it definitely shows you how people change during survival scenarios or times where their lives are on the line. Let me get to one of the better parts of this movie. Okay, Liam Neeson and the guys, they have to survive the cold and themselves, and also wolves. Now, I didn't think the wolves would play such a big part in this movie as they did, because everywhere they look, the wolves are after them. And their main goal is to either fight them off or get away from the wolves. And the wolves really added something to this movie, because a lot of the jump scares, a lot of the jumpy scenes in this movie were due to the wolves, because you never knew where the wolves were going to strike next or where they were going to come from. So every time there's a wolf on screen, I tensed up, only because I was like, great, I'm going to jump, I know I'm going to jump, or someone's going to die. It was one of those two things. And forget about the wolves from Twilight, these wolves don't mess around. I only have two problems with this movie, and they're actually both involving the trailer and the scene depicted in the trailer. Now, the trailer shows Liam Neeson in the plane crashes, and then we just see him by himself engaging in a fight with a wolf. Now, as awesome and as powerful as that scene is in the movie, that's not the whole movie. The whole movie isn't action-packed. Now, it does have its slow parts, but that's only left for character development. And the slow parts of the movie really work, and they don't hurt the movie at all. Now, on the other hand, the final moments of the movie are unfortunately what's depicted in the trailer. So that kind of gives you incentive to sit through the whole movie to get to this point. But the movie is cut a bit short. Now, I understand why they cut the movie short, and I'll probably discuss more of the ending at the end of this video, so it doesn't spoil anything for you guys. But I liked how they ended the movie. I liked how they left it open and ambiguous, because you didn't know what was going to happen next. And there is a small scene after the credits. It's pretty quick, which is neat to see, but it does the exact same thing. It also leaves you wondering and leaves your mind open for the possibility of the ending going one way or the other. This movie had a lot of elements and scenes and events that just shocked the audience, and they had scenes that you wouldn't normally see in other movies. From a rating of a 1 to a 5, because this movie was shocking and engaging and powerful and emotional and almost everything I'd want in a movie. From a rating of a 1 to a 5, this one's getting anywhere from a 4.5 to a 5 out of 5. So, if you're a Liam Neeson fan, this movie's definitely worth checking out. So, till next time, guys, see ya. You know, they never really explained why the plane crashed. Maybe it was the wolves.